I'm going to share 5 ways to instantly improve your graphic designs, and you're going to wonder how you lived without them once you implement them into your artwork. So the first way to improve your graphic designs instantly is based around colour. Now I know many people have problems when it comes to choosing the right colours for a graphic design, because it can get confusing out there with all kinds of colour schemes such as complementary, split complementary, monochromatic and so on. However, here's a super simple method that works pretty much every single time. We're only going to need 3 colours for our scheme, and the first colour will be the base colour, or some people might say the dominant colour. For this choice, we need to think about the design's message, feeling and also target audience. For example, a design that is marketing an organic drink could have a base colour of green because that signifies health, nature and positivity. From here, we want to find a second colour that complements our dominant base colour. This is a colour that will still fall in line with our design's message, but which is going to be used less as the base colour. And for this design here, white is a good fit. White is after all still a colour choice in graphic design, and it still holds true to the components I want to get across in my message. And then lastly, we want a colour that creates contrast, something that stands out on our design. A very dark green is a nice choice here, but something like brown or even purple could work too. So in this way of thinking about 3 different colours and basing it on our design, you can instantly improve your design's effectiveness just like that. So the second thing that can instantly improve your graphic designs is again in relation to colour, and that is linking colours across your design. Now what do I mean by this and why does it help? Well, here's a design that is for life coaching and it's a landing page. Life coaching is all about changing somebody's life and also their thought processes, and one colour that dictates change psychologically speaking is orange. Now we can vastly improve this design simply by linking that orange colour in a few different ways. Firstly, of course, the call to action button would be standing out a lot more if it was orange, and it does continue that flow over the design. And then also the brand name here in orange continues that link. This is highlighting the important components on my design, but also it simply looks more appealing and it's only a small change. Sometimes it is those small changes that make a huge difference. The third thing to add on your design that makes an instant change for the better is contrast. Yeah, I know most of you know about contrast, but when was the last time you actively thought about it on your design, and when did you last strategically use contrast? So here's a design I made last week for some fun, and contrast was used on the main heading simply to create some intrigue and a kind of more balanced design asset. Then below that, I had one line of text in white that again just creates more of an interesting design. Contrast can be used in many different ways for many reasons. Here, there is a good amount of contrast used on this design, but one interesting way is that here we have a very straight and angular shape, and that contrasts every other shape on this design. Your attention is drawn straight to this point, and the contrast of shape does help to achieve that. So when considering contrast, think how you might make use of it in terms of size, shape, colour, the style of typography you use, i.e. serif matched with sans serif, then contrast in layout, and then also things like fill and stroke. The fourth way to instantly improve your design is to use well-known and tried and tested font pairs. Your typography talks to the audience and it's very easy to get wrong. Sticking to well-established font pairs is one way never to step a foot wrong on your designs. And here's something I quickly mocked up using Oswald as the main typography heading, and then we have railway as the subtext. There are various websites on Google that you can research commonly used font pairs, and I'm going to link some of those down below. But there is one last very crucial way that you can instantly improve your graphic designs. One thing that many designers forget to consider is the viewer's eye. The designer might have a great concept in mind and they might understand the target market, but then they might not consider how the viewer is going to look at their design. You want to consider the initial moment that your design captures their attention, then where the eye travels from that moment, and finally where their journey finishes on your design. Now on this design here, I'm willing to bet something like 90% of you guys who saw this instantly gravitated to the illustration on the far left. Also notice how this small orange circle kind of ushers the eye over to the right thereafter. Importantly, the designer wants the call to action button to be clicked, which can be found below the typography layout in blue. The colour for this call to action button doesn't matter too much, the point is that it stands out. If you were to test out this design with a blue call to action button as opposed to the reddy pink that is seen all over the design, I can assure you that more people would click the blue button, and that's simply because it's more glaringly obvious. Anyway, the point here is that you need to consider the viewer's eye, because that will not only make your design more effective, but the layout becomes a lot easier to decipher and to work with. 5 ways that you can instantly improve your graphic designs right now. If you want to learn more about graphic design, do click a video on screen, and until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.